Don Juan, the man, the play, the prolific character who spanned many centuries, cultures, and genres. Hi, I'm Chris Cook and you're watching City Lights on Novus TV. Come join us as we meet the cast from the upcoming show, Don Juan.
Seek vengeance for our sister, who has been seduced and carried off from a convent. The author of this foul crime is a certain Don Juan Tenorio, son of Don Luis of that name.
Are you acquainted with him, sir? This Don Juan of whom you speak?
I have never seen him. I have only my brother's detailed description.
So with John Wright, the artistic director, and we're here to find out about Don Juan. So can you tell me what are we here to see today?
Well, it's a play written in the 17th century by, some people would say, the greatest writer of comedy that ever lived. Others would say that might be Shakespeare. But Moliere was a master playwright, and this is a not often performed play of his. Most people don't know it, but they know the story because the title character is Don Juan. So everybody thinks they've got that figured out, what a Don Juan is, they all know. And it's a play in which Don Juan defies God, defies the court, defies conventions of all kinds, and ends up going to hell.
Don Juan.
Yes.
How is this guy? He's a bit of a womanizer?
I don't know if my character necessarily knows that from the beginning. He's a seducer.
Or are you one of the seduced?
I am. You see, it all happens to me.
Oh, you're a victim of Don Juan.
I am a victim. I don't know it at the beginning, though. He's so good with words.
So, Simon, can you tell me what is your role in it, Don Juan?
I played Don Juan's valet, Scandarelle, the part that Moliere played. Yeah.
And so he wrote it for himself, and it's a comedy, so I'm sure you get some pretty good jokes.
Actually, he was very generous in writing Don Juan. The supporting characters have a lot of broad comedy, funny language, funny physical business. Scandarelle doesn't have to do a lot, actually. So the show's not riding on me being funny.
Okay, but it is a funny show.
It's a very funny show. It's also a very black and weird show. We've got a lot of rock and roll in it too, right?
Yeah, I get it's interesting. You've got electric guitars, you've got womanizing, you've got a woman taken from another.
We call it polyamory now.
Oh, that's what it's called?
That's the new term, polyamory.
Oh, that's the politically correct term.
They used to call it just being a slut, right? So,
getting around.
Getting around, and he gets around.
Right. Don Juan, he's a master of seduction, a womanizer. Yep. How hard was it to connect with this character in this regard?
How can I answer that question without offending too many people? He's a delight to play. I mean, to be able to kind of lay it on the way that Don Juan does is great fun. But at the same time, it's a challenge too, because in a way, you don't want him to become this caricature.
What is it that you love about Don Juan? You're obviously an experienced actor. What is it that's different about Don Juan for you?
It's traditionally called one of those difficult plays. There are a lot of difficult plays in the classics. Like I played King Lear earlier in the year, and that's considered a difficult play because it doesn't fit the mold very well. It's like these guys like Moliere and Shakespeare, they invented the rules of writing plays, and then they throw the goddamn rules out of the window.
Okay, and just because I really want to know this, you know when you're like having a fight, you're a married man, right? So you're in a relationship and you're having a fight, right? And obviously, you're the guy, you didn't pick it.
Obviously.
Something else happened and
Right.
you're just in the fight.
Right.
Okay, so you're in a fight. As an actor, do you control like your emotions and you just kind of like can you cry? Or do you like...
Can I cry on the spot?
Can you cry on the spot, and do you like purposely look angry because she wants you to look angry or sad or remorseful?
Are you asking if I use my superpowers for evil?
That's what I want to know. I'm trying to get away with things here. I'm trying to work out like how to do this. In summary,
Yep.
Why should people come see Don Juan?
Oh, that's a bad question. That's a bad question.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like, well, why should you go to the art gallery? Why should you go to any theatre?
You know what? Because sometimes you shouldn't go to the art gallery. I've seen some stuff there.
Our job is not to make you come. Our job is to send you home happy.
Okay, so how are you going to make them happy?
It's a comedy. It's got sex. It's got beautiful women. It's got rock and roll.
All right.
It's got a great light show. There's a lot of stuff in it. This is like the circus.
After chatting with the crew and watching them in action, I definitely recommend this for everybody. It'll be a lot of fun at this both beautiful and eclectic location. If you want to purchase tickets, check out their website. If you want to follow me, hit me up on Twitter. I'm Chris Cook, signing out for City Lights on Novus TV.